Okay, the next one I want us to look at is A Christmas Carol.
Okay, right.
Okay, so that's question 4 in section A of paper 2. So, presented with the extract, this was The Ghost of Christmas Present shows Scrooge, the two children, ignorance and wants. And 4A, quite straightforward, it's asking how Dickens presents the two children, ignorance and want, in this extract. And part B was asking about how children are portrayed elsewhere in the novel.
That's nice. They've got quite a lot they can pull from.
There is a lot,
It's a nice
an awful lot
question,
they can
actually.
talk about as far as the number of different children. So again, 20 marks for each section are available. So in this one, we have the candidate begins off with the question and identifies that ignorance and want are poorly looked after, and a relevant quotation there to support, and about the children not being fed. There is a little bit here all about Victorian England, that you can't afford anything. Now again, a problem we have here is context is not assessed. And so the only part of paper 2, the anthology and the prose here, that is actually assessed for context is the anthology itself. That's the only part. So it's a bit of a shame because time is wasted writing about the context when we should be putting that relevant examples.
Passage, yes.
Although it does in some ways help support the idea that why Dickens is. I know it is contextual, but it's Dickens uses this to present the children. So but it's really steering them away from just telling what Victoria.
Yeah, it's taking their focus away.
Taken away.
However, it does come back to the point of a list being used. And the wretched, abject, frightful, hideous, miserable. So we have got that structure there.
The idea of the list,
On the next page, again, it refocuses really because it goes back onto the language, which is just what we want. So we've got the list of negative words: the yellow, meagre, ragged, scowling, warfish, as negative words. Interestingly, the juxtaposes here with the positive words in the next paragraph. So, we've got the examples there. Not much in the way of comment. The comment is not sustained.
No, this is how it's presented. This is how it's presented, and not
very much point evidence explained.
Yes, and the comment about the children looking dirty is very superficial, basic. It doesn't
get a sense of having seen it from the film rather than
yes, probably.
The next page, we go on. Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses? Of course, the candidate does.
Extract, isn't it?
Yes, it is out of extract, and again, ideally, we should be just using the extract for this because once candidates, I know from experience, start talking about other areas, sometimes they can get lost in that and takes them far away onto different parts that would not be assessed. Obviously, I suppose we're bringing in the point that Scrooge has said this before. So there is some relevance to the reference, but I suppose a little bit of the irony here.
You've got a bit more context though here, unfortunately.
Again, going back onto the context. So, where do you think I placed it?
Well, I wouldn't move it above. I don't think I moved it above a level 3.
Yeah, I've put down level 3. Although it's there's a lot of good points there, but it does again deviate out and starts one thing and then moves on to something else, and
it does.
It's almost a bit skating on thin ice, isn't it?
There's a nice point and evidence, but not always explained. I
thought the negative and positive words
that
were
was
really
very good, and I liked the comment here that Dickens presents them as an outcast to what children should be. That term outcast is very quite perceptive, isn't it?
That's a good interpretation.
But on the areas that I can assess,
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yep, you're right. Level 3.
Put it level 3. Yeah.
And I didn't see any reason why we couldn't put it at the top of the band there.
Yep.
It does everything that we ask. So I did give it the 12.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
12 marks. Agree with that.